Hey guys, how's it going? Today I thought I'd start a new format of video because I feel like this channel needs more of a refresh since the channel's kind of been going a little weird recently, and that's purely my fault. I'm very sorry. There's just been things going on. So today's video, this is actually an idea that I have taken from the Bad Show, not stolen. I've kind of borrowed the idea and put my own spin on it. So basically, what the Badger Show does. By the way, check him out. He's a great guy. Good friend of mine. He basically sits down in front of his phone or his laptop, and he talks to you guys about topics like games, books, maybe real life TV show stuff. Things going on in the world. And stuff like that. And I quite like that idea, so I thought I'd bring my own spin to it. And these can be my spin on it may not be for everyone who watches my channel, but it's kind of aimed at an audience that kind of understands the prospect of what I'm talking about. So today's topic I want to talk about is actually finding work. So I'm going to tell you a little backstory here. So along like a few, obviously the entire of 2020 was completely covered in unfortunate issues like the pandemic. And the pandemic obviously was shutting down a lot of businesses and stuff. It was I spat somewhere. Unfortunately, I couldn't really get a job at all. It was a real struggle, and obviously, if I tried to, it'd be quite dangerous for the health of my mum. Because if I gave my mum COVID, she's a care worker. She'd end up killing everyone in her care home, which is not what I want to have on my conscience. Before the pandemic, I was in this organisation called Universal Credit, or it's the council in the UK. You'd probably be familiar with this if you're in my boat, kind of. So basically, what they do is, if you are like me and you struggle to find work, you don't have the necessarily skills, you don't know how to make a CV or anything, stuff you weren't taught in school to do. They basically help you out by giving you living costs, so and giving you money to live off of while you search for work. During the pandemic, they couldn't do anything with that, so I was in silence, and it was it was a little annoying because people like me, I want to get into work because the money can help me pay for food, support my family, and pay for bills and stuff, right? And so the pandemic has eased now, and I've started to be contacted by my organisation again. And now I've hit a problem, and I don't know. This is kind of a question to people who are around the age of 21 to 24. I want to know what type of, if you have the same issues as me, where you're being quite pressured, not by your parents or anything, or anyone of that matter, but the organisation is being quite pushy. And I understand it's good that they're pushing me to get work, because, I need the money. But when they push you so hard, it starts making you stressed out. That's not a good thing. I'm a person who doesn't get stressed out very much, but when I've gone through the job application thing before. I've had a job before, and it took a little bit of time to get one, but I did end up getting one, and didn't last very long, but at least it was something, right? But getting a job takes time. If you're like me, I didn't come out of school with a lot of skill or skills or grades to help me. It takes a lot of time to do these things, and I just want to know, are you being pushed this hard like I am? And this is not me having a go at them, saying, oh, those buggers, how dare they push me so hard to get a job that I need to pay off everything. But, it's a good question, because I've never felt this way before. It kind of feels like I'm trapped in a box, a metal box. I'm isolated, I'm confused, and I feel like I have no time to do anything. For example, if you're familiar with my streams, I'm not streaming as frequently as I should, definitely, and that is purely because I am getting stressed over finding a job, getting rejected all the time, and there's no help going into it. And something that annoys me quite deeply about the organisation I'm with is they keep trying to get you into things like part-time work, not part-time, temporary work, or getting you into apprenticeships or voluntary. And it doesn't matter what I keep saying, I don't want temp work. I want a full-time job that I can live off, so I can survive. You get me? And they don't accept this. They do not accept this. And it's the thing is, I live in a situation in which it's hard for me to find jobs because I live in such a small area. I have my village that I live in, and I have the town that is about 10 minutes down the road. Having a job in one of these areas would be ideal for me, but this organisation basically forces you to go to great distances. For example, they expect me to travel 90 minutes to work max. That's a long time just to get to work. And considering I don't have any grades to, get a line of work that would pay a lot for it to be worth that much, it's quite ridiculous, honestly. I wish it wasn't like that. And this isn't an excuse or anything, but they recommend, take a bus, to get to these long distance job places, But how can I explain this? If I don't feel comfortable with what they are permitting me, for example, I have this unfortunate anxiety of using public transport where I basically, I wouldn't say crap myself, but I get so jittery. I just can't. I can't do it. It makes me sweat. It makes me feel terrible. And I've been on public transport quite a few times, so I'm used to this feeling. I don't want to be going through with that. I want something that's close to me because it makes it easier for me. I don't have to spend money to do this. It's good. If I was getting work, getting like from the town down the road or here, I don't have to go very far, if you get what I mean. But it's too hard for this organisation to understand what I'm going through. So if any of you out there who seem to I wouldn't say suffer, but have to deal with these circumstances, what you're obligated to do, could you tell me if or give me any pointers as to what I should do to kind of counter this or something, because it really does stress me out. Is there anything else I want to say on this topic? No, I think that's basically all I wanted to say. But I wouldn't mind some feedback, even from people who are way older than me. People already experienced in the workforce. Could you advise me on how? Is there better ways of getting jobs? Obviously avoiding out agencies because agencies are useless. How do I make it easier for me so it doesn't feel like I've got so much pressure on me? Because it's really hard to find a job. It really is. And I can't take any job I see because they require qualifications that I don't have. I'm blabbering now, I'm sorry. But, yeah. Thank you all for watching. If you found this of an interesting video, please do like, subscribe and share, because I definitely want to intend on doing these in the future. In terms for my streaming, I'm not going to promise anything. I will stream, but it might be quite spaced out. So you now know my situation, and hopefully in the coming future things might smoothen out a little bit. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Alright.